Hey guys, and welcome to the Local Black Girls Podcast with me and my sister Brooke. Um, we started this to kind of talk about, social justice. We've always used our social medias to, talk about, the black community and, our take on it, our views to black girls who grew up in the suburbs. I think a lot of people talk about the view of a black person growing up around a bunch of white people and, our situation or things we've seen or experienced, so Brooke.
I mean, yeah, kind of go along with what Shay was talking about, how there is like a lens, like there's like a black lens, there's a white lens. So I mean, it just kind of I mean, it does you feel like a certain way,
like you almost kind of feel like a disconnect to the black community almost.
Yeah, like it's kind of like we've been talking about this before.
Yeah.
Where when we're around black people, we feel like we're not black enough, and then when we're around white people, we almost feel too black. So it's
and then people are constantly pointing out, oh, you talk weird, you this or you're that, and it's like, well, I'm a product of my environment. So it's like, what do you expect me to do? How do you expect me to be? Like you're putting all these and also people stereotyping us when they first meet us. Even today when we went shopping at the freaking store, being followed around in Walmart. Do you want to see the money in my wallet? I'm gonna pay for what's in my cart. I'm not about to steal.
And it's small things like that people are just oh, it's no big deal. But it's it is, because the fact that me and my sister, or honestly anybody in my family, can't go into the store without automatically being looked at as a criminal.
Exactly, or even feeling like you're being followed, or sometimes I'll go into a store and I have to buy something. I know I have to, because I'm if I come out of the store and I don't have anything, they're going to assume that I stole, or someone's going to say something to me on my way out. So it's looking through, we're going to tell our story, our view, our perspective on,
the black
things.
lens of, while living in a
freaking
suburbia.
Yeah. Smack dab in the middle of freaking suburbia.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we have multiple instances, even at our house, we've had instances where we've experienced, we're black living in a white
neighborhood. Yeah. And it's getting the cops called on us for doing literally working out in our freaking driveway, getting the cops called on us.
I literally was running and I literally got the cops called on me.
It's sad, honestly.
Yeah.
Get it together, racist white people. It's not just it's educating yourself is literally so easy. Google's free. You got YouTube.
It is.
It's not that hard to educate yourself.
Yeah.
It's not,
and that's an excuse a lot of people like to use today. They're I didn't know, but the world that we live in, it's so easy to find information, because it's right there at our hands.
So literally on your phone, and everyone.
So when you don't say oh I didn't know that would offend you and stuff like that, I'm
you didn't. I'm sure you did.
You know.
You did.
You knew.
And it's everyday things meeting new people, or even I love my white friends, but sometimes educating them, it's Google's free. And sometimes I always feel I have to I can't, I say quote unquote act like myself, because I feel we were always told, by mom and dad, when you walk out this house you represent us. Yeah. So it's everything I do is a representation of black women or black people. Yeah. So it's I can't even do something, or I have to think twice about doing something, because it's going to affect the view of other people towards people who look just like me. Which I shouldn't have to feel like that. I shouldn't have to feel there's a burden on my shoulders.
Yeah, and almost in a way, almost feel I have to put myself at a higher level. And when I say this, I mean a higher level, I can't act like you said, I can't act a certain way, because I would look down upon it. I would be seen as
a stereotype,
that stereotypical black girl.
Yeah, and I bite my tongue so much, especially when it comes to controversial situations, because I don't want people to view me as that angry black girl, that angry black woman, and it's ridiculous. But
however, honestly, I haven't really cared lately. I'll if my teacher brings it up or something, I will say something about it. I'm not as quiet as I used to be.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, let's say the teacher would bring up something about history or something, talking about I will say something.
Yeah.
And I feel social media's kind of brought that out in me in a way.
Especially with all the stuff seeing literally seeing killings every single day, being filmed. You know how traumatizing that is, seeing black people who look just like you, your brother, your father, your mother, being killed like an animal in the street. You know how traumatizing that is? That messes you up psychologically.
Yeah.
And it's not like a one-time thing, it's every day. And sometimes it's more than one case every single day.
Yeah.
And it's horrific. And I probably need some therapy, to be honest. I could use some. But
yeah.
we wanted to use our voices, you know, because we always use our social medias to speak about the injustices, you know, going on. But we wanted to actually use our voices and, you know, speak to other people and have, you know, people relate to us, because I don't think the side of the black kids who grow up in suburban areas, I don't think our story really gets told that much.
It doesn't.
No.
And like I feel like some people, because I think there's the black people that like live in the bad neighborhoods, and then like they just talk about that, like they don't talk about like the other ones, like they only show like one perspective.
They only talk about the quote unquote black experience.
Yeah.
Not the black people stuck in a white community experience, and it's like it is tiresome. I forgot what I was literally about to say.
Yeah.
I had like such a good idea.
Yeah, and it's like I actually just thought back about this incident where my LA teacher, this was like about like a year ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and this black kid. We were the only two black kids in the class.
Of course.
And he was like, he generally asked, and I actually like that he asked this question because it actually led other people in the class to ask.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "How is it being black and going to like a primarily white school?"
Mm-hmm.
By the way, this was a white teacher, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I said it's definitely like I kind of talk about like yeah, like it's different, like not seeing like your own kind constantly around you,
Yeah.
like in a way like you almost like you don't feel like
welcome.
safe in a way. And like he was agreeing with me, like he was like talking to me, like the other black kid that he asked as well. And then like people asked me questions. They asked me like and it was kind of like it was cool to see like
it's like
them
Q&A.
it was cool like seeing them, like hearing them like ask me like questions in a way, because like they probably never thought about it.
Yeah. And they've never had to think about it because they've always seen people just like them all around them, not even just in the same space as them, but like on TV and when it comes to representation. And like to touch on what you just said, as soon as I walk into a room, first thing popped in my head, I'm the only black person here. Of course. And then I like look at the other black person, I'm like, okay, I look at them like, hey, like if something pops off, like I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Like where are we going?
Yeah.
But it's our story never really gets told that much, but we definitely want to use this to educate people who are extremely ignorant.
Yes. We live in an ignorant
very
world.
ignorant. We've seen a lot.
Yes, we have.
We've seen a lot.
Yeah.
But this is kind of just like an intro, just to kind of talk about ourselves, what we're going to be talking about, pop culture, what's going on in the world, in our opinion, through our views. And this is kind of just, just a little opening.
Yeah.
And our first podcast is actually going to come out in January, probably within the first couple weeks. So definitely stay tuned and follow our Instagram at the local X Black Girls.
Yeah, local X Black Girls. Yeah. And
our YouTube, which is also the local Black X. Well, I can't talk. The local X Black Girls. So yeah, hope to see you guys there. So yeah, thanks.